make a decision one way or another, and I assume this conversation is going to be just between us, correct? It's not going anywhere else? Are you there?
I'm not sure about that at this point.
Are you taping this conversation?
Hello?
Hey, I'm about to walk into a client meeting, and I'm going to be stuck in all day. You got a 12 o'clock deadline, according to what I could get out of the folks over at the committee. So the question I have for you is, what decision do you want to make?
What do you mean?
Are you going to give it up?
Well, what?
Right now, I'm telling you, they're going to come gunning after you, and it's just going to get worse from here on out. And everybody, and I'll tell you this, the last thing that everybody said when I lifted, the best thing that she could do is get out, save her reputation, save her business, and move on. They all recognize how you got in. They all feel bad for you, and they all want to see you come out with a little, without your reputation put in tatters. That's no honest bullshit. Excuse me, that is honest bullshit. But you've got to make a choice, and it's a hard one, I know. But you gotta realize that you don't have a chance, and trying to save your, validate or redeem yourself isn't going to happen in this process by going forward. That's my opinion, and everybody else's opinion.
What about blocking me?
Oh, by the way, one other thing is, I've got an agreement that you can appear at the next executive committee meeting. They did do that, and they'll set up a meeting with Downey after the fact.
Why not before the fact?
Pardon me?
Why not before the fact?
Because nobody trusts you. Nothing has changed.
And why don't they trust me?
I don't know. They just don't. If you want me to come to that meeting, great, I will. If you don't, I'm happy either way.
But it doesn't make sense that they want me to revoke my endorsement before they meet with me. Why don't they meet with me now? And so we can sit and discuss this.
Publicity stunt, as am I.
What do you mean a publicity stunt? Publicly doing what?
I'm just trying to tell you, you're a liability to these folks. They're not going to negotiate with you. They're going to squash you like a bug. That's what they want to do. They don't trust you. They don't want to deal with you. They don't want to communicate with you. They don't want anything to do with you. They're not putting you on the sample ballot. They're doing nothing.
Well, I recognize that.
They're doing everything they can to disavow you from the party. And so, the question I have for you is that all of these things are coming. Why not get the fuck out before more damage occurs? Mm. It's almost an inevitability. At least you save your reputation and your practice.
How can I save my reputation at this point?
By stopping the bleeding. Jesus, do you not read the blogs in the newspaper? Go into Google News and Google your name, and it looks terrible.
And they're responsible for that, right?
No, you are responsible for that, and don't blame anybody else but yourself for this, because you walked yourself into this mess with your eyes wide open. I warned you months ago about this, and you didn't listen to me. And you sat with me at a bar, and you didn't tell me what was going on. So don't sit there and hand me this bullshit about them being responsible. You did this. I'm trying to help you by saving you before a new deadline.
And what about my political free speech that was denied me at that booth?
Are you kidding me? It's private property.
A campaign booth with an endorsed candidate. It's political First Amendment free speech. Don't you agree?
Make that argument to the courts. Don't make it to me, because this is not the time or the place for this discussion. So my advice to you, as a friend, as a person who cares about you, is this: draft me a letter, and draft me a letter. Have it addressed to Downey. I will make a call. I will tell them to stop what they want to do. I have no idea what it is, but I've been warned. It's not going to get better from here on out.
And what do they want to do?
I don't know what they're going to do. They didn't tell me. I didn't ask. They want your resignation of the endorsement.
And then afterwards they'll talk to me.
Yes.
That doesn't sound like any type of process. It sounds like what they did when they blocked me from the booth. They did not talk to me.
That's called negotiating from a position of strength.
Mm-hmm. And what?
Listen, those are the best terms I could get you.
Mm-hmm. So the best terms are: I send you a letter addressed to Downey that I'm repudiating my endorsement, and then afterwards they'll meet with me to talk about it. That sounds like a backwards process to me.
Well, I'm sorry, that's what they're willing to do. They're not willing to talk to you because they're afraid of litigation.
And what about the delegates?
Who cares about those people?
Don't you think they should care about them since they voted me?
No. That's not the issue here. Those people probably had very... All right. Make a decision one way or another, and I assume this conversation is going to be just between us, correct? It's not going anywhere else? Are you there?
I'm not sure about that at this point.
Are you taping this conversation?
Yes.
Are you taping this conversation?
I said yes.
God damn you. You have just burned another friendship. Who cares about those people?
Don't you think they should care about them since they voted me?
No. That's not the issue here. Those people probably had very... All right. Make a decision one way or another, and I assume this conversation is going to be just between us, correct? It's not going anywhere else? Are you there?
I'm not sure about that at this point.
Are you taping this conversation?
Yes.
Are you taping this conversation?
I said yes.
God damn you. You have just burned another friendship.